Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, the mighty mega spammer, and our little galaxy supernova is going crazy over there. Anyway, yes, I am back, I have returned, I am going to return to my normal schedule, normal-ish schedule. Basically, I'm going to try and upload Endless Space every second day and other series between that, if at all possible, of course. Now, I could talk a little bit about what happened when I was away, but first of all I would like to remind you that I am planning on hosting a multiplayer Endless Space Disharmony event. Details are in the video that I uploaded before this one, so please do go to that video and check it out. There will be a link in the description if I don't forget to put it in there. And yeah, I would love it if you were to come, because this would be fun, and I could then post a video of multiplayer gameplay. Because when I was away, of course, the devs decided to play with the community, and I wasn't there to play with them. The 1 week when I was away from home, and I couldn't actually even know about this. Annoying, isn't it? Anyway, this guy looks strange, all pixelated and stuff. Huh, very strange. Whatever. Anyway, we do have a battle on our shoulders to deal with, so how about we do that? Formation obviously is going to be a defensive formation, because I do want to shield the say no to fashion from the damage as much as possible. I will go for spread fire just to take out the enemy strikers. Now I do know that the enemy is probably going to go for magnetic field, because I did do a test run and the enemy attacked me, and before I knew it I pressed auto and he did go for magnetic field. So what counters magnetic field? Short circuit and the EMP. There is no point for me to go for EMP, because the only ships that I have that use beams are Lithics, and I only have one of those in this fleet. Everything else uses kinetics, so EMP wouldn't be too useful for me. But short circuit, you can never, argue with that. It's a very decent thing to go for. So let's go for manual and pray that the AI will go for the exact same cards as when I did my test run, to see if the recording is right. I do hope it is okay, though, because if it's not, then I'll be mildly annoyed. Of course, I'll have to fix it for the next videocast, but this one will be flawed, and I don't like when my videos are flawed, as one might imagine. Anyway, the enemy fleet is quite significant, unfortunately, and there isn't really all that much that we can do to make it thinner, but we're going to try our best. The time I had, away from combat really did serve me best. I mean, completely ignoring the fact that the health benefits were definitely there. I mean, I wasn't staring at a computer screen for 5 days, which did actually, make me feel better. So yeah, there's something for us nerds to worry about. Yeah, really, my eyes feel so much better right now. I mean, they were really tired before I took a break from the computer, and now I feel like I'm a fresh man, which is good indeed. But the other thing is that I forgot about my anger at the Horatio, and while it may have been amusing to watch, I think it would have been tiring for me in the long run. So it's perfect that now I am back to my semi-calm, semi-reasonable self. I only use the word semi because I'm obviously not totally calm, not totally reasonable. In fact, I'm not reasonable at all. That's the total opposite of who I am, but you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, let's hide hard, because I countered the enemy again. They did go for the exact same cards when I loaded the game last time. Yeah, it didn't change, that's good. Now I focus firing on a single Imperator. Will I be able to take it down? Most likely not. Will it be able to take down my ships? Most likely yes. In fact, I can see one being blown to pieces right now, and another one and another one. They are just obliterating my fleet, despite the fact that I was able to counter them 3 times in an effing row. In fact, I only have a single ship left, and that's really strange, because in this test run I made, right, what happened is I didn't counter the enemy not a single time, and yet when we finished the battle, I actually still had 4 ships left. Now I only have 1. What I did do is, in melee phase, I did go for magnetic field. So I think this is a confirmation that when facing the enemy with who's going heavily for the kinetics, right? It is a better idea to go for magnetic field, even if you could otherwise just go for short circuit and counter the enemy. Because even with block, that isn't as efficient as just, using your magnetic fields, which actually does kind of make sense. I mean, after all, melee kinetics are extremely accurate. I think they have 1 accuracy rating, which is a really high one indeed. So yeah, there is something to take into consideration next time I fight this battle. This was most unfortunate though, because in the next turn the enemy will wipe out the remains of my fleet, and then no longer will I be able to try and capture Jinsen for my own, which is mildly annoying as you may imagine. And this fleet, on the other hand, it should actually go back to Jinsen as soon as possible, but unfortunately it cannot really do that. Alright, now before I move on to the next turn, there's something very important, and that is to design my very own dreadnought. Thank you very much, that's something I didn't do last time, so... Fennec, I think that's how it's called. Yeah, that's about right. So what do I want to put in this guy? Well, the Horatio are definitely going for fighters. I did spend some time deliberating if I want to have a battle-oriented fighters or balanced fighters. And from what I could see, the battle-oriented fighters are better. I mean, they do cost one additional special slot, but in return they do have double the amount of damage per shot, which is nice, and they also have this really nifty nice little feature which gives them extra hit points when they are assaulting ships, which is actually not that important because I want to use them to fight the enemy fighters now that I think about it. And having more fighters could be nice because then, yeah, they have the exact... wait, where are the health points? Where are the health points? Hold on a second. Battle fighter, and this guy has 5 current hit points, alright? And the balanced one has 7 current hit points. So if I go for 2 balanced ones, I'll actually have more HP than I would have with the battle-oriented fighter. And the battle-oriented fighter is only, you know, specialized against big ships, not against other fighters from what I could gather. So really I should go for 2 balanced fighters instead of 1 battle-oriented fighter. Good to know. As for bombers, however, that's not really a choice. Battle bombers for the win. They will be more efficient, and they will be better, and they will be more awesome as well, and they will deal some more damage to the enemy ships, hopefully. Now, I will have more fighters than the Horatio now, you know, comparing the dreadnoughts to other dreadnoughts, so I should be able to win those fighter-to-fighter battles. Now, the problem is making sure that my dreadnoughts actually survive. Obviously, I'll continue to use hardware, please. But I do need to make sure that they on their own are a little bit more defended. Now I do have evolved construction being researched. In the next 10 I will be able to get a better power module, which is nice, but until then I do not have a lot of things that I can do to make these ships more fabulous. It already uses most of its Stone Age, so what I can do? Well, I definitely will put some deflectors on it, but how much can I really put? Deflectors are kind of nasty because they cost the most Stone Age out of all defenses, and kinetics cost the least, especially in the melee phase, and that's exactly what the Horatio are doing. That's why glass cannons with melee kinetics are so very effective, which is what we can see from Horatio, except they're not even using the glass cannons, they are just using dreadnoughts. So anyway, what I need is medium range beams. I mean, this ship is already going to require me a lot of resources for me to make, so why not make it, you know, require a lot of resources to make? If that makes any sense, I hope it does. And since I have a little bit of tonnage left, what I can spend it on is probably some weaker version of flag. Yes, I can install a single flag defense, and that's about it. Just in case the enemy actually does go for flag, then it will not really help me all that much, because a single flag from early game is nothing compared to the late game missiles. But so far, the Horatio didn't even try to use their missiles against me, so, you know, it's good. It's just for show, really, and to take up some more of my industry, but for industry, it's something I can spare, really. Now, some deflectors are kind of necessary. This is a big ship. I cannot give it any more health, unfortunately, because then this would be almost indestructible, but yet again, I have no titanium, so I do need to make it at least a little bit protected, even if I plan to use tank-like designs to protect this guy, which is very annoying, because this guy is, you know, you're supposed to put a lot of weapons on this guy. In fact, you know what? I'm going to resign from bombers, hold on a second, altogether, and just install even more beams. 16 beams for the win, and 2 fighters as well, just to, you know, be able to deal some more damage, because this, not deal some more damage, but clear out the enemy fighters. In fact, you know what? Point defense would be even better. But then again, point defense uses existing defense modules, but then again, I am using some defense modules, so point defense would be better. It would cost way less tonnage, and it would still protect my dreadnoughts against the enemy fighters. That's something I'm going to do, that's something I'm going to research right now, but since I already want to start creating this ship ASAP, then you know what, I'm just going to start making it and then retrofit them whenever that's possible. Of course I cannot retrofit them, but whatever, shut up. Anyway, 17 medium range beams, they should be able to penetrate through the enemy's defenses. At least that's my hope. Those are my hopes at any rate. Anyway, I do need active defenses, yes please. Then evolved construction, because active defenses are in fact even more important because they'll save me a lot of tonnage. Then I wanted to go for entangled systems, and after that, what did I want to go for after that? Tectonic engineering? No? Maybe? Oh no, I wanted to go for plasma cage just to raise some of the enemy systems. It's nice to know, but it can wait. I mean, I'll queue it up, why not? But definitely not before I get access to entangled systems. I mean, I queued it up just, you know, to be able to raise the enemy systems and kind of taunt them, but right now, there are more important things to worry about. Anyway, systems where I can, in fact, make those dreadnoughts should be the ones that are most productive, and definitely, Prototype is one of those systems. It is very productive, and it is a system that will make me some Affix. So, make me too if you can. He will probably be unable to do so, but let's try anyway. Though to know, I do need some, you know, tanks to actually be able to take the damage, for my dreadnoughts. I cannot speak English today, I'm sorry, it has been a while. So let's see if I can retrofit them in any way, shape or form. Yes, I can. As we discovered, balanced fighter is better, and it is better. Actually, however, hold on a second, but it does use more tonnage. Now I just realized. And that's a tough call, but I do need to win those space battles between fighters. So I think I will sacrifice something to get an additional fighter. And in fact, I have so many shields and flags, I don't need them. The enemy isn't really using any beams, and the enemy isn't really using any flag anyway as well. I mean, I will leave some flag just in case the enemy does go for it, but honestly, that's hardly a priority for me. In fact, I'm going to get rid of even more of that. Just leave 2 shields on and like 4 flag on, and then get even more deflectors, because hey, why not? This ship needs to be needs to have as much survivability as humanly possible, and it also should have those 2 fighters. The tonnage problem is a problem, yeah, but well, I do need some fighters at least to accompany my fleet. So let's apply that, thank you very much. Now those Hagman Priests will be more powerful and more tanky, while those Phoenix, they will still be nice. Okay, so don't to know, if I remember, you can make me some Hagman Priests, as many as you can. Sadly, it is only a single one, so I think I will make one other system to make me some Hagman Priests as well. Amnesia, it will take 2 turns, which is a problem because I have a feeling the enemy will blockade my strategic resources and disallow me to make any more Hagman Priests. So let's risk it anyway, but only a little bit. As for other systems, just make more signal to fashion because they are not productive enough. I mean, even Amnesia is not all that productive. It has 437 industry, is not too bad, but at this stage of the game, this is the kind of number I want to see, and only Prototype delivers, sadly. Actually, however, maybe I can fit additional Hagman Priests over here. No, I cannot. I can fit additional one in the second turn, but in the first turn, not really. Oh well, I do need this Fennec. Do I? Yes, I do. The enemy will not be able to blockade Alpha in this turn anyway, I don't think. They shouldn't be able to. They might, but they shouldn't. I'm not gonna risk it though, I'm not. Even if this Fennec is going to be less efficient than the ones I will make later, it's still going to be an Fennec and it's still going to be awesome. Those are my hopes at any rate. Anyway, this turn has been an extraordinarily long one. Holy Toledo, I spent almost 15 effing minutes just talking about my decisions and whatnot. I need to speed this up, otherwise we are never ever going to finish this playthrough. Anyway, let us not finish the movement of all my ships, because then my invasion ships will just attack the pirates and die as a direct result of that. Big pew from space are obviously not equipped to fight, and come on! The stupid AI forced my fleets to be merged into a single big fleet, and as a direct result, my big pew from space will be killed. I do not like this at all, but there's nothing I can do about this. Also, there's a battle of Sociopath, apparently, because the enemy did come in force, and they will just be very annoying. And that's an annoying little scum that I'll kill, hopefully. Anyway, first of all, the pirates. So you just say you finish your intergalactic journey, interstellar journey more like, merge all of those guys together. Why did armada not make any more ships? Because it was doing something else, I guess. Whatever. And now those guys should be able to take out the pirates and die in the process, unfortunately. Which is bad because I need those say no to fashion as my glass cannon type of ships. And glass cannon against glass cannons, they kind of tend to kill each other very, very quickly. So using them against pirates is not an optimal course of action. But there isn't anything else I can do. What I can do, however, is use adaptive strategy to deal as much damage as quickly as I can. Then on our repair systems, in fact, what is better than adaptive strategy is weapon overclock, because I'm using only kinetics, and this will increase my accuracy. So that's nice. Do we need to watch this? Yes, we do! More explosions are always fun. This is what you are here to watch, maybe. And even if you're not here to watch the explosions, I'm here to watch them. So we are going to watch some explosions, thank you very much. Now, my fleet looks almost respectful. Not respectful? Respectable? No, yes, no. It is not respectful, it is respectable. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Alright, I got a little bit confused because my brain melted a little bit, but it's still there, it is still functioning more or less. I just realized that, oh come on! Pirates do not even have any defenses, but they still went for magnetic field just to annoy me. Isn't that typical of the AI to do something like this? Whatever. Lost one, say no to fashion immediately. I'm probably going to lose another one very, very soon. But the pirates did lose all the ships before they could enter the melee medium phase, which is good, I guess. I'll be able to repair. I'll not even be able to repair any damage, surprisingly. But I don't think I took any assault from the one ship that got destroyed. Good. I cleared the path for my invasion ships to retake Jinsen, and I still cannot believe those Horatio bastards actually captured it. But whatever, whatever. We will do something about it. No! Don't you go in there, you stupid what? No! Right, chillax, pancake, nothing happened yet. I mean, those ships are stuck in there now. But I still have movement left on my Yoda fleet, so I can move it over to Jinsen and protect my other invasion ships, which is, I guess, good. Whatever. Let's pretend like I don't care. Anyway, active defenses and evolved constructions are ready. Very nice. I'm going to incorporate them into my ships ASAP. Then finish colonizing this helium planet. Thank you very much. I will take your moon survey and your hyperscale farms and all your children and husband and everything you've got. Omitted now has more industry, which is nice. Let's get rid of the mineral pool. Do I care about it? Well, it does lower my production, so I do care about it a little bit, but moon survey first, and then mineral pool, because it does take a lot of industry to actually get rid of it. In fact, let's first get interplanetary transport network, because I'm this kind of awesome person. What else is there to do? Well, loner, dear sir, you do have some stars that you could give me, so why not give me that? Also, I could give it psychological insulation, which is something that it does need. And then I'll make it focus on production, because hey, why not? Can I actually change it in a different planet? I can make it a desert. Don't know why I would do that, so let's just not do that. Thank you very much. Okay, any other systems I need to take care of? Doesn't look like it. Any ships I need to take care of? Not really. Actually, this guy can start invading Sable. He'll never be able to do that, but at least I'm limiting the enemy's access to Archaeologics. Do I care about the enemy having access to Archaeologics? No, it's useless. What I would love to disallow the enemy to use, incorporate in the ship design as titanium, but then again, they're not using it anyway, really. What they are using is, they're not really using anything. Well, they are actually using hexaferron to use to create their amazing deflectors, so now they shouldn't be able to do that, so that's something, I guess, maybe kinda sorta. Actually, hold on a second, they do have that, so they have antimatter, and I do need to make sure that they don't. Good thing, we need to remember that. Alright, so you just go on interstellar travel to Bastardio and capture it. Of course, he's not going to capture it, but I just want to besiege it, thank you very much. Alright, you guy on tram, you probably should go back to where you were before. I could try and attack Lissu. No real point in doing that. I do need to make sure I protect Jinsen. And then there's this guy on Indusa. So first of all, let's go to Alpha, shall we? And we're starting to make our way back. That's good. Now the guys over at Sociopath, they are in a little bit of a trouble, but whatever. Now, my fleet on G6, it is going to die, but there's only one ship that is battle efficient in it. The rest are invasion ships, so obviously I'm just going to retreat. I didn't choose a formation that's going to be a little bit bad, but still retreat is going to work relatively okay. Never mind, I lost 4 ships. I really should have chosen a different formation. Whatever, I did escape somewhere to Alpha. That's not the best system to escape to, but that's a system to escape to, so yeah, whatever. Hagman Priest is over there, a Zeta fleet. Alright, good to know. In fact, it can already attack this pesky little scout, so why not don't we do just that to annoy the Horatio? Hey, how about you die? I would appreciate it a lot. Let's make sure I survive this wood barrier or something. Doesn't really matter. In fact, you know what? I just want to kill this guy, so let's do it like that. As for the outer battle, well, this is going to be a little bit more difficult. In fact, way more difficult. The enemy does have 2 Imperators. They both... One of them, in fact, is using medium-range missiles. That's bad. I mean, this Hagman Priest does have some flank defense, but other ones do not. And if the enemy is making a switch to missiles, now that I changed my Hagman Priest to actually not be defended against missiles, this could be a little bit difficult to deal with. But we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. Am I recording, by the way? Yes, I am. Thank you very much, game. I was a little bit worried for a second. Anyway, spread fire again to clear those strikers. They are very powerful damage dealers, indeed. So I do need to take care of them. They don't have any fighters and bombers on board. So that's even yet another reason to kill them ASAP, because once they're dead, they're dead. They do not leave any offspring behind that keeps attacking me even after they are dead. Now, what kind of cards do I want to go for? Well, let's assume the enemy will spam Magnetic Field again, shall we? Because it feels like that's what they want to do. And in melee phase, let's go for Magnetic Field, because... actually, the enemy does go for those missiles, so... But this kinetic is clearly the biggest threat, honestly. And obviously as well. Let's go for something like this. I might change my mind, I might not. We will see how it goes. First of all, though, let's see some explosions while I take a little sip. Water this time around. Again, I'm really annoyed I keep drinking water. I'm sorry for this, but I didn't think to actually bring my juice upstairs. Sorry, it's just my stupidity in action. Anyway, is it just me, or do those ships look a little bit more pixely? I'll have to look into the settings. Maybe, just maybe, they are not maxed out. Sometimes they do switch into not being maxed out. They switch into fantastic instead of beautiful, or the other way around. I don't remember which one is which one. And it just looks a little bit worse, which is slightly annoying. I mean, I guess it does improve the... Actually, it doesn't improve the frame rate. I did test it out at some point in the past, so yeah. Anyway, the enemy strikers are going down. My ships are still alive, but they're taking a little bit of a pounding. And my tanks, or rather a tank, is going to go down relatively quickly. While the enemy strikers, they're going to go down as well, which is nice. Now I can focus fire on just a single Imperator, but that's about it. There isn't much else I can do. And the enemy actually did go for weapon overclock. That's interesting. If they go for it again, I'll actually be able to counter them, which will be most fortunate, but I don't think I will be this lucky. No, they went for Magnetic Field. Alright, let's turn off the hand because there's nothing else to watch and analyze, and just enjoy the spectacle of death and the ballet of the Grim Reaper as he's about to take all my ships and slightly scratch the surface of the enemy ships. The Horatio ships, they come with they come with death insurance, which makes death actually not attack them, if it makes any sense. It doesn't probably. Whatever. It does feel like the frame rate did improve a little bit, by like 1 frame per second. It's still below what the game is supposed to run at. I mean, my PC is perfectly capable of running the Witcher 2 like at max settings with perfect frame rate, at least acceptable frame rate, right? And endless pace, nope, it has a very low frame rate, even after those improvement patches. So, you know, not improvement, those patches that change the performance in battles. So I don't know what is going on, honestly. It doesn't really matter all that much, but it is a little bit annoying, especially when you're trying to make a good videocast. Anyway, let's merge those 2 fleets together if I can. I cannot, so let's just merge some of them together. I do need to have a tank. I do have 1 Hagman Priest over here. So what I'm going to resign from are those Say No to Fashion, because they're nice and all, but ships with beams are the ones that are more efficient. So something like that. Do I want to attack the enemy? Do I actually? It's an interesting concept, isn't it? I do have additional backup of Say No to Fashion over there, so I might try and see how it goes. I might do that. I will see. I will think. You just block this area. What other ships do I have that are waiting orders? You block it, Galtor, because hey, why not? The Horatio really spreading like a pesky little vermin they are. You just hide in a hangar so that the enemy does not attack you. Actually, those are invasion ships, aren't they? Yes, they are. So why would they hide in a hangar when I could instead use them to capture something of Horatius? For example, Adana. It was almost captured last time I was there, so how about we actually do capture it and annoy the Horatio? It doesn't have any strategic resources on it, but you know what? Annoyance is all I can give to Horatio, and I'll gladly give it to them. Alright, Amnesia, you just send this Say No to Fashion ASAP to a sociopath. Same goes to this Hang Me Please. Although I do want to make sure that it is, you know, supporting my big Fennec. So let's do just that. Alright, I do need to retrofit my ships. So first of all, Hang Me Please. You just forget about the shield. I don't think the Horatio will be using any beams anytime soon, because they do have access to anti-matter now, and I'll have to block. Yeah, well, they might do. So let's just make sure I have one shield still left and get some more flank defenses. They are still not going to be enough. They are still the very weakest type of flank defense, but they are something. They are something. Anything else I can and want to fit in here? Not really. Point defense drones are nice, but I do need something to take care of the enemy bombers, not just in a more efficient way than just point defense systems. They would be very nice on the ship, wouldn't they? But I do want the fighters, and this ship is, yeah, whatever. Let's use the fighters instead. 7 flag defense, 20 deflectors, 1 shield. Sounds about right. Let's change that to that. Now, Fennec, you do, sir. You do need to go through some major changes. Forget about the fighters. Get some point defense drones. I would be very happy if you could, in fact, get some more powerful versions, but they will do. Now I'm basically using 40 tonnage for those, which is exactly as much tonnage I was using before for just a single of those fighters. So I'm saving basically 40 tonnage, and I can now install some more awesome stuff on the ship. First of all, I will improve the power. I don't think it will actually take any more. Hold on a second, I want to improve this power. It will increase my critic chance and damage min and max, and also defense by a little bit, but this thing will improve the damage even more so. And I don't think I will, and I think because this is my biggest damage dealer, I think that's just what I'm going to leave in my fleet. I will design probably a dreadnought that doesn't require any strategic resources and just has a ton of beams. But even then, this kind of fleet spot power module, right? It's most effective when you have a lot of ships. And I do not plan on having a lot of ships. I plan on having those big battle boys that can actually hit the enemy. So let's just stay to, you know, stick around with the old accelerated magnetics. They are actually they're doing a good job. I like them for what they're doing. And instead, just get the more beams. As many beams as I can. 22 is a solid amount. I still have 5 tonnage left. I can install a single flag for that, just to be a little bit more secure when the enemy actually uses their missiles. Thank you very much. Those ships are now being constructed. There is one Fennec which will soon make its way to Omitted, and it is the old design, but the other ones are in fact the newer designs. So that's good. Right, you just said let's continue to make a Phoenix and Hang Me Please, and then make more of both, because that's what I need. Though to know, keep making Hang Me Please. I mean, a Phoenix, they are very awesome and whatnot, but I do need more Hang Me Please, because otherwise I'll just be stomped by the enemy's armada, which tends to be quite frightening indeed. Alright, is there anything else I need to do in this particular 10? No, there is not, so let's end this one and end this cast as well, because I do need to upload it by today. It was PANCZASU, the Mighty Mix Power. If you somehow managed to enjoy my video, then please by all means like it, maybe subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Please do leave a comment, I do love reading them and they support me a great deal. Also, do not forget about this multiplayer event. If you have Disharmony, then I would love you to join us, because otherwise it might just be me, Hawk and Sovereign playing together, which would be nice, and then I'll still record this and post it, but you know, I hope you know. Anyway, this was the least efficient videocast I ever made, with only like 2 10s or 3 10s we went through, but there was a lot to talk about. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you online.